le bantu.
Other people took us to court.
Labanye ke sebasimikise nasekhoto.
Otherwise, others closed roads protesting.
Labanye sebabhikishile bavala nemigwaqo.
Out of those many experiences, then we are proposing this bill that talks about independent Municipal Demarcation Authority.
Ngenxa yalokuthi kube khona sesikufuneke nyalo sithi ngalomthethosivivinyo ukuthi kube khona le sigunyatiso lestimele sabomasipala sekuba imincele.
In fact, the emphasis is here is to say this authority must be independent, and this authority must take the final decision.
Lesikugcizelelako ke la ukuthi le committee lelitaba sigunyatiso kufanele litimele futhi kube ngilo lelithatha sinqumo sekugcina.
The second objective of the bill is to give guidance, procedures and mechanisms on how to draw municipal boundaries.
Kwesibili lokunjongo yaletinhlelo tale lomthethosivivinyo ukuthi lisihole ukuthi sijuba njani le mincele yabo masipala.
Now, drawing municipal boundaries must be related to the ability to provide services to communities.
Kujujwa ke kwale mincele yabo masipala kufanele ukuthi kuhambisane nekuthi bantu batitfole tinsita lapho bahlala khona.
Critical as well, communities must be involved.
Lokubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi imimango yonke ingenelele itikhulumele nayo.
The focus also should be on the economic viability of the area that is determined to be a municipality.
Temnotfo nato ukuthi titawuhamba kahle yini kuleyo ndzawo lese iphakanyisiwe kwasiwa ingumasipala.
Some common history
Letinye tiqhamuka nemlandvo
and common social interactions.
Nekuhlalisana kwebantu.
Avoid ignoring physical areas like rivers, mountains, highways. In other words, you must divide, you must demarcate boundaries in a manner that takes into account everything, including traditional communities.
Kufanele ukuthi nakujutshwa imincele kubukwe ukuthi akujutshwa ngasemifuleni ngasemigwaqweni bothela wayeka nekubuka ukuthi betendzabuko nabo basekhatsi kahle nabo nakujutshwa lapha.
Number 3 is demarcation of wards.
Kwesithathu kwehlukaniswa kwamawodi.
Equally, you must take into account how people live and their proximity to whatever services that are closer to them when you draw boundaries of the wards.
Nawutfeba ke lemincele kufanele kubobuka ukuthi bantu bahlala kuphi basedvute yini netindzawo labafuna kuyofika kuto.
What is also new about the bill, which is number 4, there is now an opportunity for communities to appeal if they have got issues with a decided demarcation.
Kwesine lesibukako ukuthi bantu banelungelo lekuthi bamelane naleso sinqumo lesinikiwe lesingabenelisi ukuthi lo mncele ubekwe njani.
So the bill does provide for the establishment of an appeals authority.
Lo mthethosivivinyo ke utavuma ukuthi bantu babenalungelo lekuthi baphikisane naloko kujutshwa kwabomasipala lokungabenelisi.
The last critical point is the assessment of the capacity of each municipality, whether they will be able to be placed in category A, the form of metros, as you know them.
Kwesihlanu lokubalulekile kakhulu ukuthi bomasipala bakwadi babe nalo ulwazi lokuthi emadolobhakati nawo afika njani lapha ejutshweni
Category Bs and Cs.
kunabo category B nabo category C balamadolobha.
In other words, the bill itself prescribes as to who can qualify to be a metro. So in other words, it's not something that you wish you must have. There are certain priorities that are put there to say a metro should be like this, category B should be like this, and category C should be like this.
Lo mthethosivivinyo ke uyasiqondisa ukuthi kungani kufanele kube nelidolobhakati lelibitwa ukuthi ngicategory A kube nelidolobha lelibitwa ngacategory B na C kanjalo.
Generally, here the bill is trying to put people at the center and their needs.
Ngaloko etayelekile ke lo mthethosivivinyo ufuna kuletha abantu babe la kanye netidzingo tabo batisho.
And the different experiences that people have gone through, the bill is trying to capture that.
Nalo bantu labahlangene nako ngalamabhodi lendlulile bakhulume kude kulungiswe.
The last point is the bill is trying to collect all aspects that deal with demarcation that might be in other pieces of legislation, like the Municipal Structures Act. They are all taken and included into this bill.
Lo mthethosivivinyo ke ufanele usilungisele tonke tindzaba letimayelana nemithetho yekwakhiwa kwabomasipala. Sifanele ke ukuthi sikhulume ngetindvo tonke letihambisana nabomasipala lesike sahlangana nato.
And the last experience is that because of this frequency of the demarcation of municipal boundaries and wards, we have established, the bill is saying, this experience has led to a proposal that demarcation must not be done within this 5-year period. At least a minimum of 10 years must be allowed so that municipalities can stabilize, municipalities can be able to implement their plans without being disrupted by all these boundary issues.
Lapha ke lo mthethosivivinyo lokunye lokugcizelelako ukuthi lokhu lesi sikufundzile lapha kule minqele yabomasipala sikwadi ukuthi sikulungise ngoba sibonile ukuthi emadolobha nangabe anikwa iminyaka lesihlanu ukuthi ende umsebenzi wawo kusikhathi leso lesincane kakhulu akumane kube ngeminyaka lelishumi bomasipala bene umsebenzi wabo kubonakala ukuthi uyachubekela phambili.
These are just critical points I thought I should raise, but otherwise the people who are going to speak is yourselves.
Le maphuzu lesengiwabalileke nyalo ngiwo labalike kakhulu kodwa indzaba lenkulu ilapha kini nitatikhulume.
So in other words, I might not have spoken to all the 5 chapters of the bill, whatever. You are the ones who must speak.
Kungendeka ukuthi angakhulumi ngako konke kusihlanu lokulapha lo mthethosivivinyo kepha nikhona nitatikhulumela.
The order of proceedings are like this.
Sawuchubeka kanjena ke.
We allow about 10 people for each session of whatever you call it. We would allow 10 people to, they will raise their hands, we'll give them numbers, and they will come forward. When you are here, you are allowed to speak for 3 minutes.
Sivumela ke bantu babelishumi batawubuya la abaphakamise tandla ke kuthi sibabide batawukhuluma umuntu nasekafikile la ukhuluma imizuzu ibe mithathu nje kuphela.
Uqala ngokuchaza ichoba ungubani
Start by introducing yourself.
and possible from, because we're talking here about municipalities and wards, possible which municipality, which ward you're coming from.
Njengoba sihlangene la singomasipala labehlukahlukene, ungasho nokuthi ubuya kunguphi masipala noma ubuya kuliphi liward.
Those who have got written submissions to make, they are free to, after speaking, to deliver it to that table on the left-hand side.
Labo labanetetfulo letibhaliwe bangathi nasebaqedile kukhuluma la bese baya kuleli tafula lela lelingesheya bayomikisa khona tetfulo tabo.
Those who might had short notice, they are also free to make written submissions, and we have said the deadline is the 29th of August.
Bakhululekile ukuthi bangenda titfulo twabo letibhaliwe kanzi bese sishilo ukuthi ilanga lelingumncamla ucungulela mhla tingu-29 August.
In fact, no, she's right, but I'm saying I could understand the other interpreter. So those who have got submission, she interpreted, you are as well free as individuals or as groups to go home, think over it, make submission. At the end of the session, the email address will be given and the person you can contact.
Nani netetfulo noma usenda ngamunye noma nisenda nilithimba nikhululekile ukuthi ningasasatha lethuba niye emakhaya bese nanifike emakhaya ke nihlanganise imibono yenu kune email address letawuniketwa kutawuthiwa ke usebenzise yona ukuthi nawe ufake isithulo sakho.
Singaqala ke ngoku.
May we begin now?
By showing your hands,
Ungaphakamisa sandla.
you are number one, then you come forward.
Uyiqala ke angasenzela.
I'm looking for hands. Number two,
Nsingatandla number wesibili.
is Agustulo Sesbi.
You can take the second chair.
I noted abantu ababini cha.
It can't be, we only have 2 people willing to make a submission.
Or somebody is suggesting that the 2 speakers so that others might be warming up. Number 3,
Kunembono lothi lana singabavumela laba lababili ukuthi nabo bethule luvo lwabo ukuze silabanye nabo bakhuthateke. Mara ngiyambona lomunye uyasukuma nangwesine.
number 6,
Wesithupha.
Good morning. Welcome the Cocktail Portfolio Committee.
Busile lemukela likomiti lelivela kulolu tiko lekubusa ngekubambisana nebuholi benzabuko.
We appreciate this outreach program that has been.
Siyalemukela lelithuba luhlelo lekuxhumana nemiphakathi.
Ngivuyisile Fakude. I am from Ward 44 of the city of Mbombela in the southern region.
Ligama lami nginguvuyisile Fakutse ngivela Ward 44 khona la kulo masipala weBombela ku Southern Region.
This outreach program comes at a time when we are one of the areas that are affected. In 2016, we were measured with the city of Mbombela.
Lolu hlelo lufika ngesikhathi lesifanele njengoba nathi singilabanye bomasipala labathinzekile ngeminyaka wa 2016 sahlanganiswa.
After a number of consultations where, as a community, we objected to the amalgamation.
Ngemva kutinhlelo letinyenti lapho singomphakathi salucitha lo lesacitha lesiphakamiso sekuthi singahlanganiswa nalomunye masipala.
We exhausted a number of avenues. We submit to the MTBA, to the Municipal Demarcation Board.
Sizamile ukuthi sichithe lesiphakamiso sagcina sifaka isicelo sethu ku Municipal Demarcation Board.
Even went to courts to no avail, we never succeeded.
Sahambela tinkantolo azange siphumelele.
The Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority, hopefully it will come with an even more improved mandate, unlike the MTP.
September ukuthi leli committee lelana namhla litawufika indlela lenconywana nakucathaniswa nale Municipal Demarcation Board.
Because the Municipal Demarcation Board, it had no municipal, it had no Demarcation Appeals Authority. One of the flaws that I understand.
Lelu hlelo lebe lefulwa i-Municipal Demarcation Board banganayo noma bebanganaso sigungu sekufaka isiphakamiso nangabe kunalaba nimcondo lohlukile.
We have seen Khutsong, we have seen Vuwani, and even after the protests, government never made a sound decision in their measures.
Sibonile kuletinye tindzawo letifaka ekhatsi bothusong ngisho noma Khutsong ngisho noma ngabe bekune bantfu labanembono lohlukile uhulumende akazange akhone kungenela lapho.
Those are the things that disconnect the community with local government.
Le timo letifana nati ngito letidala luqhekekwe emkhatsini kwahulumende bahlali bohulumende basemakhaya.
Revenue collection becomes a challenge. You are being measured when you are able to see rationally that there won't be improvement of service delivery.
Luhlelo lekoleka kwetimali letfule tinsita aluphumeleli ngoba sisuka sesibukwe ngeliso lokuthi singumasipala lomkhulu kunaloko lesikwetayeli thina kanzi ngaleyo ndlela kwethula kwetinsita nako akusahambi kahle.
For example, where I'm coming from, where we were objecting the major process, the amalgamation process, service delivery has deteriorated to a level where it's unacceptable.
Njengesibonelo salendzawo lengibuya kuyo uhlelo lokwethula kwetinsita lwehle kakhulu ngendlela yokuthi lesimo asisamukeleki.
Vis-a-vis the promises that were made.
Nakucathaniswa nalesithembiso sendiwa kuthi luhlelo lokwethula kwetinsita lawuba ngconywana hlelo lokwethula kwetinsita litawunonophiswa kepha kunginyalo lesimo asikho ngaleyo ndlela.
So we hope with this bill, our lawmakers having made the diagnosis they made, because this bill doesn't come as an accident. There were diagnoses made that the previous approach of the Municipal Demarcation Board was not working good for government and for the people.
Lo mthetho sivivinyo ngithemba ukuthi utawuveta ukuthi sekube nendlela yokuhlola kwabonwa ukuthi le ndlela besetshenziswa ngaphambilini ayikasebenzi ngoba angicabangi ukuthi sihlale namhla lana kube yinvo lengakahlelwa.
So the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority has been long overdue. This bill has been long overdue, and our lawmakers having understood that, we hope that 2026, all these measures that were done without the blessing of the community will be undone, will be dissolved. People will get to make their decisions. Because your Municipal Demarcation Board will come and say they are consulting. But after having consulted, they don't take what the community is saying and implement accordingly. They implement according researches of people who are sitting in offices. So the exercise of consultation becomes confusing. But as now we're studying the bill, the form, the new bill that's coming, it has an improvement.
Asithembe ukuthi lokuba khona kwaleli committee leli khona la namhla litawuletha ucuko njengoba ngaphambilini sibonile ukuthi i-Municipal Demarcation Board beyisebenzisa luhlelo lwelicwaningo lebantu labahlele ema-ofisini bangathathi noma babuke isimo njengoba sinjalo lapho imiphakathi ikhona. Siyathemba ukuthi nasiya kuleli khetho langa 2026 sitawubona imbucuko sibone futhi nekuthi ikhalo tebantu dithathelwa enhloko.
We are one of the municipalities who are in the process of being dissolved. Hopefully we will be dissolved.
Sengilomunye wamasipala laba semkhathini kweluhlelo lokuthi sifuna kuhlakadwe labo masipala lababili abahlanganisiwe ngiyathemba ukuthi impela batawuhlakada.
So this bill, from where I'm seated, from the community that I'm coming from, it has come at a time when we really need such a bill.
Kulo mphakathi lengibuya kuwo ngiyasho nje ukuthi le mthetho sivivinyo ufike ngesikhathi lesifanele isikhathi lapho siudinga khona kakhulu singumphakathi.
Thank you, and please consult us now and then.
Siyabonga kakhulu, siyathemba ukuthi lolu hlelo lokuthola luvo lwemphakathi litawuchubeka nganayo indlela.
Siyabonga.
Siyabonga.
Thank you. Number 2.
Good morning, everyone,
Sanibonani.
and all protocols observed. My name is Elmo Mugwena. I'm coming from City of Mbombela, local municipality, Ward 36.
Ngwena ngibuya u-36 khona lapha edolobheni laseMbombela.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity just to add value on the new proposed bill.
Ngicela kubonga ukuthi niphele ithuba lekuthi singete loku lesingeta namhla lapha kulo mthetho wesivivinyo.
Well, mine is not that much difficult, but just to, as my brother said, that please consider what we are trying to add in whatever decision you might take in the near future.
Akudlanga kakhulu ke kuloku lengitakusho kunakulo sekushiwe ngumfowethu la ukuthi ke sitawulungisa khona la kuloku lokho sekulungise.
First of all, I'll suggest that maybe it will be important that we educate the community about voter education.
Kuqala ngidawusho ukuthi kwangathi imimango yonke ingafundziswa ngekuvota.
Lack of information to the community is also a challenge.
Kuyinkinga nensaya lokuthi bantu bedelwati.
That leads to poor service delivery and riots in the communities.
La goke kwenda kungabi nekutfula kwetinsitwa bese kuba nelidlame kakhulu emphakatsini.
Practical example in Mawat. Mawat is just divided with a street, which confused the community definitely so much.
Bonelo salangibeya khona mina nje liward lehlukaniswe ngemgwaqo nje.
That makes it difficult for the community because on the other side of the road, houses are built. The other side, houses are not built just because of the demarcation of the
Loko
ward.
kwenda abomatima lokwehlukaniswa kwaleli ward ukuthi la kwemgwaqo ngala kuyakhiwa tindlu ngala kwemgwaqo akwakhiwa lutho.
And also that will lead in saying that if ever the community were taught about go to register to vote, not per se to vote, but just to register, so that when we are demarcating what, we know how many individual souls are living in that area. I think that can assist us going forward when we want to demarcate the ward.
Lokhu nje ukuthi bafundziswe ukuthi ahambe bayobhalisela ukuthi bayavota ukuthi bathi ukuthi lapha abahleli khona bangaki kuze tindlu naseteleka bathi ukuthi ngala kunebantu labangaka nasekuhlukanisa kumele nangale ngale kwemngcele ehlala abantu labangaka.
The last one is about the involvement or the working together of IEC, census and State South Africa.
Kusebenzisana kwe-IEC, i-census kanye ne-State South Africa kuhlangane kubanjiswana.
This is giving us challenges. This year we see census counting the people. Next year is South Africa counting the people. The third year is IEC counting the various people. But when you check the numbers, they don't correspond.
Leti nombolo athi hlangane kanti seyifikile i-census yabala abantu. Eminyakeni olandzelako kwafika Statistics South Africa nabo babala abantu. Kumnyakeni olandzelako sekufike ne-IEC nayo ibala abantu bese leti nombolo kodwa hlangane.
Please try to arrange. Whenever we bring one of the three, they must come together in one time. And please involve centers, stakeholders in the community, like organizations that are run by the community to assist in giving more information to the communities.
Nangabe kufike lunye lihlaka bisana naleletinye tihlangane tonke totinsathu kutosebenziseka ukuthi nasekuqhubekela phambili kube umsebenzi uyabonakala.
I thank you.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Greetings, everyone.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke.
Yeah, I can say all protocol observed because initially I was trying to note the surnames from the Cocktail Parliamentary Committee. So the surnames are full of but then I decided to say all protocol observes because I am a younger option.
Ngiyabavusela bonke hlonishwa labakhona namhla ngoba ngithe nangithi ngiyazama ukubhala emagama abo nawakhulunywa ngabona ukuthi angeke kubelula ngoba kube sekuvakala labo xhakaxhaka. Ngiyanivusela nonke.
My name is Bongani, a ward committee member from Bombela, Ward 1.
Igama lami ngingubongani ngililunga le ward committee eMbombela uMasipala eWard 1.
Firstly, I will try to describe my ward in less than 30 seconds before my interpreter can enter. Bombela Ward 1 is a ward that is situated around Hazyview. And after Bombela, 1 kilometer away, there's Bushbuck Ridge, Ward 1. Then you have to skip that ward 1 kilometer away to drive 3 kilometers away to have a section of Mbombela Ward 1 again of East Sanford. So, because I'm a practical person and not too theoretical, when there are IDPs, in the IDP you have a bridge, a road, maybe a church or tech. When the other section of the ward, they get all the services, while us as the big section the ward, you don't see anything. Then the community start to protest, they start to fight, because practically they don't see anything. But in the nearby ward, that's 1 kilometer away, there's development. They'll fight the councillor will try to clarify that we've done a water tanker, the reservoir in the other section, but we as the people of the big section, we don't see anything. So that is a challenge on its own.
Angisho nje ukuthi ngingaqala ngithanda ukuchaza simo saleli ward lengibuya kulo iward 1 uthi awukuleli ward bese uhamba nje saba lesincanyana bese ungena kulelinye liward nalo leyiward 1 lingaphansi kwamasipala weBushbuck Ridge. Angisho ukuthi lokhu kuletha inkinga kwethulwa luhlelo leIDP ngoba thina kule ward lesikulo uthola ukuthi insita tethu lesihlelwe tona tiba nje tinwet cards maybe libridge anye nabo Jojo tank kanti na ucathanisa nakulelinye liward leli ward lona libonakala lizuza ngconywana kunathi selokhu kususa umbango emphakathini bavukele emakhansela emandla.
Running away from the municipality, we have a mold in our ward, Mbombela Ward 1. And normally, you know that when you're running a business within the geographical spread of a ward, there are percentage that will give back to the community. But when you approach those people, business people there, as the councillor, they will tell you that with this amount of money, we have directed it to book chief Mohaule, of which that same ward were having two traditional authorities, the chief Mohaule, the Mkwenas, and I think it's 3 of them. Then on its own, that's a challenge because we want to develop as a ward, but there are certain amounts that are from the business sector that go to a certain chief within the ward, but the other chiefs, they don't get anything, but they are residing within the same ward. On its own, it's challenging. Masifika ngala tukobukhosi nakhona ngoba akukho inzuzo lesi wona ngasibo businessmen sebayaphika ngalobukhosi bangala na uyangala basabaluthu banike ubukhosi bangala then ngebukhosi because I also believe this committee is under COPTA, so then kuba nokulwa kwabahlali we don't know sesisinza kuphi kahle kahle.
All right. Coming back to the municipality, maybe let me start with the translation, interpretation. Uthi kunenkinga yokuthi la kuleli ward labahlala kulo lengcenye yemali lekufanele ibuyele emphakathini lakuvula amabhizinisi njengoba kunemall abakhoni bona kuzuza kuyo njengemphakathi kuba le mali ibese iniketwa buholi benzabuko kanti kuyingcinamba lenkulu ukuthi kule yandzawo kunemakhosi lamabili noma amathathu balile bakamhawule bakamkwena nalabanye. So this poses a challenge to the community because as a community they are unable to benefit from local economic development because it seems like those funds go back to the traditional authorities. Unfortunately, community is not able to benefit from that. Thank you.
Yeah, here's a submarine. Normally, they say for a municipality to qualify to be a metro, it needs a certain number of wards. That's where the problem started from the politicians because they were trying by their level best to add more wards so that they may qualify to be the city of Mbombela, not the Mbombela local municipality. That's where the problem started. So standing here, I just want to welcome this bill because it seems like now as a community will be engaged, will be able to appeal, will able to interact direct with your representative than the politicians themselves sitting in their corners deciding for us. So I'm happy standing here as a ward committee member from Mbombela Ward 1, where the residents there are very angry because they think like we as their leaders who are trying to divide them. Some of the section they want to stay in Mbombela, some they said no, want to go to Bushbuck Ridge, there's no water challenge. But I believe this will assist in trying to make sure that Bagwinya Sanford to be qualified as a metro, Bagwinya Mchindi to qualify as a metro because of their personal interest.
All right, singaphambi kokuthi abuyele phansi usenza nje kuveta ukuthi kunalomtheshwana lothi kuze kuthi masipala atfole kuba yimetro kufanele abe nemaward lamani. So lana ngathi kube nenkinga yabosopolitiki labangenelele kakhulu njengendzaba yase Mjindi nakulendzawo yeSanford ngoba leti indzawo leto setibonakala tifuna kugwinyeka kuze kumasipala bachube tifiso tabo leti ngekho nje kuhlelo lelihambelana nekuthuthukisa umphakathi.
Yeah, last
So kwegcina la ngakusho nje
yeah, last
uyawemela lo
I
mthetho
just received an invitation that on the 10th of August, there will be the same sitting in Sanford in my ward, and I welcome that. But I'm wondering, where was this committee all along? This committee now is active, it's going to the people. I cannot say the name of any political party. This committee represented all the parties. Now we are working. And your term is about to lapse. Congratulations. Welcome to Mbombela Ward 1 on the 10th. Thank you.
ngithatha kunihalalisela nelikomiti ukuthi niyasebenta impela njengoba ngimelana singisandithola umlayeto ukuthi kutaba kunelihlelo lelifana nali kule ndzawo lengibuya kuyo ngamhla tingu-10 ku-August. So ngisolo ngiyabuta sibe solo kuphi ngoba umsebenzi wenu uyancomeka niyasebenta. Ngiyawemukela kakhulu umsebenzi wenu. Ngiyabonga.
Now, before she speaks, we need to clarify that last comment.
Sithandza kucacisa kule nkulumo yakhe yekugcina.
Those people who are coming on the 10th is Demarcation Board.
Labantu labeta ngamhla ka-10 ngiyacacisa njalo. Ngilaba bale Demarcation Board.
Who are working in terms of this current act.
Laba sebenzisa lo mthetho wesifiso esikunya.
So we also appreciate to hear that they are coming from where we have been coming. People who were coming to complain about the demarcation, their wards and municipalities.
Na singekwethu siyajabula kuva ukuthi bakhona bayeda ngalomhla ka-10 ngoba yonke lendzawo lapha sihambe khona bantu bakhala ngekuthi awukho umsebenzi lo wentekako ngenxa yama Demarcation Board.
So please,
Lokho ke siyakuvisisa.
number 4.
Ngibingelele kwetitatanyiswa tethu lesinayo namuhla. Ngibingelele kubo bonke bantu lebathena bathola lesimemo baphuthuma. Mina ngisithole oloke lesimemo mara ke ngathi ngilange khona. Ngiyabuva buhlungu because ngibona ukhansela wami sekaphuma ahamba kanzi befanele sibambe sobabili lendzaba. So
I'm taking this opportunity to greet all officials and all the people in this house, and I only received this invitation yesterday, but here I am. I'm not happy that my councillor is leaving because I wanted us to work together.
Sibonga kakhulu kulomthetho lo lenisilethela wona namuhla. Kungumthetho lo besolo sifuna ngaso sonke isikhathi but singawutholi. 2021 sithe uma sila bekuvakashe iDemarcation Board kwapha amatitulu kwaliwa kakhulu ngetindzaba tema-demarcation. So sibonga kakhulu ukuthi namuhla sibona ngazuthi kunengcubekela phambili enifike kusanesikhathi akafana lesa sikhathi sasicaleni.
Thank you very much for coming to us with this bill. because in 2021, there was a meeting that was here of the Demarcation Board where people literally fought because of what was happening within the Demarcation Board. Thank you, you've come early, not very late.
Ngibonge kakhulu ligama lami nginguzodwa.
Thank-
Zindile
Thanks so much.
Bankosi.
My name is Sotwa Nkosi
Ngibuya eWard 15
from Ward 15
lapha eMbombela.
here in Bombela.
iWard 15 inza lela eDrobheni.
Ward 15 is here in town,
Iphindze
Nelspruit,
nema
and it also has farms within it.
ningamangali ningiva ngikhuluma ngeSiswati.
Don't be surprised why I'm speaking in Siswati.
Kunesizathu ngalesiswati ukuze accommodate labantu bethu lesibaphethe le emakhaya.
I want to accommodate the people that we work with at our municipality.
Ngiyeke endzabeni lenitengayo muhla.
And then I'm coming to the issue that you've come with today.
Indzaba ima demarcation ibe inkinga kakhulu kithi especially la emadrobheni. Indzawo yethu la edrobheni ayisifakeli umnotho lomningi lesinawo la. Yebo sisedrobheni but umnotho ufake lamanye maward and lesihlukana nawo mhlambe nje ngemgwaqo kancane asinatikolo eWard 15 sinesikolo lesiyi1 phela eprimary school.
We have challenges in Ward 15. The most important thing that I will talk about is economy. We don't have that part of economy that we need in our area in Ward 15. For instance, we have only one school in Ward 15, whereas in other wards there are a number of schools. We don't even have clinic.
Asinatinsi ngingasho njalo.
We don't have resources.
Sithi siyareporta sitshelwa ukuthi thine semadrobheni emadrobheni zingeletini nawo lamaplaza lafuna mgwaqo lekafuna mandi lekafuna makhaya.
When we report, we are told that we stay in town. There's no need for resources in towns because they are there. But at the same time, we do have people who are in the farms that fall within this ward.
Lokunye futhi i-demarcation isibulele kakhulu nga 2016 na 2021.
In 2016 and 2021, the demarcation worked very, very bad with us.
Kunema section lamaningi leswaluzile sahlanganiswa netindzawo letisekudzeni kakhulu. Bana ayahluleka ukuthi baye etikolweni especially lapha emaplazini abasakhona ukuthi baye abasakhona ukuthi baye etikolweni because amabhasi awasekho lekatobathatha lapha abafake kuletikolo leti lekufanele babelonge kuto kulama ward.
During that demarcation, during that demarcation, we lost so many sections, and the sections that we lost were those that were viable. Now it's not even easy for our children to go to schools, those who are from the farms that fall within the ward.
Sibuye futhi ku IDP. Uma sifika ku IDP si ward 15 kuningi bangasiketi na.
When we come to IDP, there are so many things that we don't get that we really need in Ward 15.
Siyethemba ukuthi sithi uma sesiya kuma demarcation sibuyele kuloku besingiko ekuqaleni mhlambe sikhona ukuthi thola tinsita.
We hope when demarcation comes, we will be taken back to our sections where we were.
Lokunye futhi siyacela njengoba nifikile namuhla. Yes, isubmission isatoyimikisa kahle because sayo consulta le ma ward ethu sitoyibhala kahle si submit. But lokunika kakhulu lesibonako qala benisichamkela senisidemarcatele senisikhipile la nisikhiphe khona ningaqali nakhuluma nathi ukuthi singakukhipha yini la ku point A sikuyise ku point B. Ngicela nje kwenda umzekelo lomncane siyenza lapha i-suburb yethu nje lencane lebitwa iKamagugu. iKamagugu ungayibuka kahle, I think it's a kilometer or 2 kilometers kusuka lapha ite la edrobheni. Mara iKamagugu ngeluhlelo le-demarcation nelihlelo or lema-ward ibonga ku ward 18. Ward 18 so lebo Thekwane le niyakubona ukuthi tonke letini leto tiyaslimata. Uthi ubuka iward yethu 15 na 16 sidudane kakhulu na 14 naye achaze abedudane na 16. So konke lokho kuyasimata lokuthi nite ndo consulta nathi siyabonga kakhulu ngoba uma sesitowenda le written submission sitosho ukuthi sicela mhlambe nisikhiphe la nisifake la nisikhiphe la nisifake la ukuze sitokhona ukuthi nalethi nsita be right.
Yes, we are still going home to talk to our people, to consult up to this, and then we'll bring in the submission. But as it is now, we have a problem. We are here in Kamagugu is Ward 15, and we were put together with Ward 18, which is very far from us. There's Ward 16 close to us, but Ward 15 and Ward 16 is not with us. And then we have all these types of challenges because of demarcation. We thank you for coming early now to consult with us. Because time when you came already have demarcated us without consulting us.
Siyawubonga lo mthetho sivivinyo tohlala phansi siufunze njengoba ngisho ukuthi thine sithole idolo le invitation ngathi ngiyibuka ayicha ngalibona lephepha ukuthi likhulu kakhulu sengidoma nengqambukele nje ngite namuhla mara sitohlala phansi siufunze bese siya submit ke okugcina.
We are going back home now. We are going to sit down, read it, because as I said, we got the invitation yesterday and we just came here to present ourselves, but we are still going back home to sit and listen to what this bill is saying. And thank you so much for bringing it to us.
Okugcina indzaba ye-census siyacela kakhulu ukuthi after nibathumile kuthi batosibala buyelani ne-monitoring and evaluation because baningi bantu lebangabalwa baningi including myself ngihlala la edrobheni mina angikaze ngikhumbule ukuthi umuntu atokoko tatongibala mara uma senibala lapha senisho ukuthi sima million mangaki mina ngiyatibuta ukuthi ngisuke ngene kuphi ngoba ngabalwa so siyacela ukuthi uma nibathumile nibophinze futhi nende le monitoring and evaluation to check ukuthi nangempela bantu babalwe bonke na.
When you send the census people to come and count us, they do count, yes, but there are many people that are not counted. I'm one of those. When you tell us the statistics, how many millions we are, and I asked myself, where do I fit in here? Because I stay here in town, but there was no one who ever came to me for census and many other people.
Okugcina ngi sengivala la bengiyagcina
The last one, the very last one.
Sicela ukubuda ukuthi laba invader ko umhlaba njengami la kule ward le ngibuya kulo kuneliplaza lelikhulu lelilapha abantu sebangenile ngenkani sebakhile tindlu labantu uma seni bafaka kulama demarcation nitobabala kuphi sobabala njani ngiloko ngiyabonga kakhulu.
The last one is question about the people who invade the land, those who grab. How are we going to count them? Because when census come, they count on the formal places. What about
Okay.
Maqhubeka.
Ngibingelele indlu yonke all protocol observe. Kamami ngi-Edi ngakamnisi.
I'd like to take this opportunity and greet the House and all the honorable members present. My name is Eddie
Edi Nisi from
Nisi
from Ward 82 Mbombela.
from Ward 32 in Bombela.
Lengako mina kuncane kakhulu kusihlanu nje phela.
My presentation is quite short. I only have 5 points.
Kunye kumbuto lokunye kusicelo.
Some are questions and some are submissions.
Kokucala ngiyothanda ukubuta ukuthi njengoba sine sihlala la eMbombela kaBhokweni sikubita ukuthi kuse Insikazi region all the wathi la ngala sicela ukubuta ukuthi njengoba sihlala eTini le demarcation if iyendeka iyabuka ukuthi ngikuthi laba baphila ngikuthi ngala kugcwele kakhulu bo chief sinabo chief labahlukahlukene but labo chief kutholakala kungumbuto but kutholakala ukuthi wadili 1 2 ya chief.
Okay, my question is around the issue of demarcation. I come from Gabogweni town. It's a rural area with a traditional authority. So my question is around the consideration that is made before the demarcation is considered, because where I come from, we have a number of traditional authorities.
Yes, siyati ukuthi mhlambe iNellis is a central place where anyone simfuna angatholakala mangabe nimbita athi besinesicelo futhi ukuthi nathi ngasihlala khona sibita ukuthi kusetaleni nike nje isivakashele because labantu sithine silanyalo masibuya nale information sithi siyabatshela thina siya understand but bona aba understand ngayo thine sinvisisa ngkhona.
We'd like to make a submission that those people within traditional authorities also be visited, because as I am here today representing some of them, I do understand the decisions that are taken, but we have to communicate the decisions to the public or the community. They don't understand because we know that Nelspruit is central to everything.
Lokunye kungikhathatha kakhulu kunale issue yebebendi tukuma age.
What is also of great concern to me is the issue of employment opportunities regarding the age bracket.
Ya ukuthi isinceda kuphi le bit kwale age ukuthi uma ngabe apply umsebenzi kuthiwa kamasipala ufuna ube na 30 years.
How does this bill help those who are applying for employment in municipalities? Because apparently when you apply for a job at the municipality, you should be at least of 30 years,
30 years,
of
35 years.
between 30 and 35.
My question is, umuntu lakana 40, 36 to 40 or to 59, should angeke azasebenze until alenze impesheni azabe na 60.
So now the question is, what about those who are between the ages of 30 and 59? Aren't those people eligible to get jobs? Must they wait until they get to their pensionable age?
But Parliament, we am told umuntu lana 65, 70, 80.
But Parliament, you do find people who are over the age of 65 up to 70 at times.
So besitela ukuthi lapho le bill ichazele kahle ukuthi singenta njani ukuthi silungise le problem leyo
So we are really interested to know if the bill can perhaps intervene in relation to that matter.
Kunale number 3 kunale issue ya strike or lama boycotting abakhona la embangweni yethu emangweni esihlala kuyo.
Thirdly, I would like to maybe raise an issue around the service delivery protests that we are witnessing within our communities.
Mina as a ward committee sinikwete umnyaka 5 years and kulo 5 years sangenile uyakhona prioritize ukuthi obane service mhlambe kutabane project letsite the project leno yende ngeminyaka wesi4 ngase ward committee.
As a ward committee member, you'll find that you are working within the IDP process, and you'll find that your term is 5 years. Some of these projects run up to the 4th year.
So besicela kumbe sibonelele ukuthi kulo 5 years lesebenza wona ekungaba njani ukuthi akule bill ubuke kudomnyaka sibe mhlambe ke sinikade go for 10 years kuze ukuthi bangathi babone ukuthi lo longenako ngathi usebenza lo phumile kumbe lo phumile usebenza ngcono kulokhona.
The issue of succession, how can the term of office of ward committees be considered perhaps extended to 10 years? Because now you'll find that you inherit other people's projects or problems.
The last one sengcina sine sisebenza under as a ward committee. Njengoba sisebenza as a ward committee asitholi salary sithola lento esibita ku stipend.
As ward committee members, we are not salaried. We only get stipend.
But the stipend lesitholako sibona ngazi ukuthi siyalingana ne-salary or umsebenzi usebenzako uyalingana nomsebenzi wa council mara imali ayifanani.
We would like to point out that the way we are remunerated, quite frankly, responsibilities that we have, we can equate them to that of a ward councillor. But in terms of remuneration, there is a huge gap.
Siyabonga kakhulu sihlala iparliament isibita sibakhona ngeminyaka sihlale besikhuluma ngemhlaba sikhuluma ngayi demarcation but lesingakutholi kahle lesingakuvisisi kahle ukuthi la respond akabuyi ngadiwe mhlambe nesiswafuna ngakhona iyeta ibe khona but la respond leswathola la ukuthi sitawenda so sigcina ngakhuluma besicela ukuthi uma ngabe lo lesikuthulile sicela kubuye kube nema-answer.
We do really appreciate this committee. However, we'd like to raise concern around the responses because some of the submissions we make, we never really get responses on. So we do take this opportunity to thank the committee.
We will take another round.
Stawuthatha labanye futhi sichube.
But before that, let's just clarify 1-2 things. When we say demarcation of municipal boundaries is proposed, it should take 10 years. It does not talk about the election of councillors.
Asicacise ukuthi nasikhuluma ngekuthi luhlelo lwemingcele luyaphakanyiswa asibuki indzaba yekukhethwa kwemakhansela.
So that one is in the constitution that everybody who gets elected serves for 5 years.
Loko kuyingcenye yemthetho-sisekelo walelive ukuthi wonke umuntu lokhethwako utawuhlala iminyaka lesihlanu ehhovisi.
So, Lomhlekazi ke, we ward committee,
This
uzawuhlala
gentleman
5 years.
who's a ward committee currently has a term of 5 years.
Leye salary, sayoibuza kwaba baphethe omasipala uba iyawunyuswa nini ilingane okanye ithini.
On the issue of the salary, we would have to consult with those within the cooperative governance statement on what are the chances of that salary being increased, and perhaps when that can be done.
Yes, my colleague here is reminding me that he also spoke about traditional leaders.
Uyangikhumbuza umlingani wami lana ukuthi uthinze indzaba yebuholi bendabuko.
Amongst those people, we wanted written submissions from towards the National House of Traditional and Cohesion Leaders.
Labanye balabo besilinzele tetfulo kubo ngulaba bendlu yebuholi bendabuko kanye nemakhoyisana.
And the National House of Traditional Leaders chairperson would also serve in the selection panel of the authority that we spoke about.
Sibukene ukuthi nasihlalo naye we-National Council ye-Traditional Authority leku laba lababukene tindzaba tebuholi bendzabuko batawuhlala kuli committee.
I deliberately as well mentioned the fact that traditional leaders would also be part of whatever demarcation that must be done. We must take into account that there are traditional communities.
Siye sasho ngamabomu ukuthi buholi bendabuko nabo butawubukwa kulelu dzaba ngoba nalana sinemiphakathi lengaphansi kwemakhosi.
Maybe the last point is to say when demarcations are done, communities would be involved.
Liphuzu gcina lengalibeta nje ukuthi nakwendiwa lolu hlelo lekuhlukanisa kwemincele nemiphakathi nayo itaba ingcenye yalolu hlelo.
So in other words, we may not say now here we'll visit those areas that he mentioned. They would be involved when demarcation that affects them is being discussed.
Kunginyalo angeke ngithi sitawuvakashela kuleyo miphakathi. Kepha ngingacacisa ukuthi nakufika leso sikhathi sekuhlukaniswa kwemincele nabo batawuvakashelwa nabathinzekako.
Normally we don't respond to issues that you raise. In other words, people who speak here, there's nobody who can say you are out of order or you are in order. You are free to address us in whatever manner. What we are doing is just clarifying some of the areas, but otherwise nobody would be regarded as out of order. We are noting, we'll say at the end why we are noting some of the things. Now, can I take other hands, second round? You are number one. Number two.
Kepha nje besivele sicacisa kepha siyanicukutela ukuthi nikhululeke kude isiphakamiso lesingasho ukuthi siphumile endleleni siyachubeka sitawubuka labo lekufanele batawethula nyalo.
Any other hands?
Sekude letinye tandla.
Hayibo. Sisekumikelo wesibini. Number 3. Maybe let's number 4. Okay, let's allow them to speak. Number 1.
One, two. Eating bone the tuba ngiliphiwe. Eligama lami ngimSydney Khoza.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Sydney Khoza.
Ngiya lapha eSandford Hazyview.
I'm from Sanford in Hazyview.
Ngibone iarticle lana. This article I was just wanted to advise the committee ukuthi article siyibonile sibahlali. Then I was just wanted to advise uthi umangibheka le article ayivarishi abantu baseSandford. Ngicabanga ukuthi mabathi kune public participation. I public participation iya ebantwini laba affected. You don't take this thing uyihambise uyibeka kulinye indawo.
Ngikhuluma ke ngokubona isicashunwa lapha ephepheni. Lesicashunwa lesi sikhuluma ngekuthi kunenzaba yokuthi abantu kufuneka bete batokhuluma. Nangabe niya emntwini lekufanele bayotikhulumela kufanele ukuthi kube ngilabantu labathinzekako kulesimo bese uya kubo awuthathi lenzaba yakho bese uhamba nayo endzaweni yebantu labangenasimo.
Ngiyabo bengifuna uku-advise i-committee ukuthi lento seyibonile ayisijabulisi because ento leyi ayohlala khona kumele ingayikona kumele ibe in public la enzaweni wonke umuntu azokhona kuba ne-access yokuthi aye esikhulumele. Ngiyabonga ngicela ukuthi niyi-correct.
Thank you. Just wanted to advise you that when you have a public participation, take it to the people who are concerned, not to a place where people are not really concerned.
Into asivimbe yona umnomzana kuti iwadi le yakhe yeyiphi nalento athetha ngayo we're not sure. Mhlambe there was another clarified. Oh no, it's fine if it is, because I said there was somebody who spoke here who said there's an invitation. Maybe he's talking to that. But of course, Joe Biden had to be exactly. Okay, number 2.
Good morning, everybody.
Gosile sanibonani nonke.
First of all, I'd like to welcome the House of Parliament here.
Ngamukela ke lendlu yeParliament lekhona la.
I'm very happy they are here again.
Ngijabulile
The
ukuthi
second
babuyile
time.
futhi lapha kwesibili.
The first time when they are here, I was also here.
Nabafika kokuqala bengikhona la.
And I was still fighting for my rights and for my ward.
Bengilwela ke malungelo ami nemalungelo wodi lami.
I am from Ward 17
Ngibuya ku Ward 17
and Nelsville,
lapho
from the
kusenesville
colored area.
lapho kuhlala khona laba
My name is Bezel.
ligama lami ngingibhezel
My surname is Baden.
sibongo sami ngwakabhalinos
I'm still sending from my ward.
solo
They're sending me here just to come fight.
solo ngisamelela wodi lami ngithunywe nje
Somebody told me this morning I mustn't fight, so I will be very humble.
lamhla ukhona lomtshelile namhla ekseni ukuthi ngingalwi la ngidatithoba kakhulu.
Yes, thank you very much for your,
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Parliament people. I've got a lot on my mind, but I won't take too much time from you all.
Nginetintfo letiningi kakhulu eParliament yami lapha engcondweni yami kodwa angeke ngisho okuningi kakhulu.
First of all is, if you just look in some areas, you're looking at the RDP houses,
Nawubuka kuletinye tindzawo nje ubuka lapha kunema RDP khona.
where young people make some of those RDP houses, I do not know like what.
Le lapho bantu labasha ngeke ngichaze kahle ukuthi batendani letindlu leti
Which they do not appreciate.
labangatibongi.
But in Ward 17,
Kepha lapha Ward 17
when you go now into your car,
nawuhamba uyongena endlini yakho
and I can take you there,
ngingani
you won't even see one RDP house,
No.
which our young people and our elderly people are fighting for it.
now ngakuthatha ngihambe nawe khona lapha Ward 17 angeke ubone nayinye indlu ye-RDP kanti bantu labasha kanye nebantu lasebakhulile bayatidzinga letindlu.
But here in Mbombela, they say, no, Ward 17, they've got a land where they can build, but we can't do it on ourselves.
Lapha ke Ward 7 neMbombela ikhona indzawo lenkulu lapho kungakhiwa khona kepha bathi angeke kuze kwendeke.
But I'm crying and plead to you, and that is what I say at the first meeting of Parliament.
Loko lekhala ngako lingakukhala ngako nakuqala emhlanganweni weParliament.
Is where our young people is sleeping with their own beds in one room, which they can't have their own place.
lapho abantu abasha balala ekamelweni linyene batali babo ngoba abanayo indawo yokuhlala.
Especially when it comes to the same of our young people, they cry for jobs, but they can't get it.
Futhi abantu abasha bayakhala namisebenzi abayitholi.
And if you just look at what 17,
Nawubuka nje e-17
where I say again, I'm not going to take a lot of your time because of when I come talk, it will be forever here. I'm saying forever here until Christmas comes.
nangabe nawukhuluma la ungasa ukukhuluma kodwa nje nawukhuluma nje lokuncane.
My dear Parliament people, I say again. In the first place, I was also a clinic what I have to raise some issues. Where I'm sitting also with some few elderly people in my work, where they can't get hold of their medication on time. And if you just look at them, they tell you, yeah, you must come tomorrow. Then you find there's nothing there. That is the same way our young people, you apply for RDP house, then they say, yeah, you must go to Bombana. But you come there, you find the papers is like that in the dustbin. Now they're telling me, you must go there, human settlement. Now what must you go do there? Where must you go to? First, I just to ask you, people, can you just correct that issues? Where must a person, as a youngster, where must go apply? Where must that these children go apply for RDP house? By Bombela, or you must go? Then they say, yeah, you must go there, human settlement. Where to? Or otherwise, I'm sleep with my mother in one bed. At the end of the day, they tight. I told them in the first place also, come let us go to the parliament meeting. They say, why are you going to come to here? Why are they going to come to here? Because there's no feedback. That's why. But me, I won't give up. Thank you.
Number 2. Which is number 3.
Good morning, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Siwe from DCV Central. From DCV Central. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. We only found out this morning about this meeting. Yes, so but we had to compromise and make sure that we come here to attend. Okay. I see that you've got the new independent municipal demarcation authority bill. Ngiyabona ukuthi lana une le kopi lamasipala lokumele ukunyulwa ngeminyaka. But there's something that worries me ngayo already. Khona lokunkasalayo about this committee.
Because I saw the advert on the law folder
ngoba ngibona isikhangiso ephephandaba zami i-law folder
about the demarcation that's supposed to happen on Monday.
mayelana neluhlelo lwekunqunywa kwemincele lufanele koleke kulo mphakathi.
My worry already is the information that is on that newspaper.
Lokukhansela ngokuhlelo losezibhalela kule phephandaba.
It's information that is not accurate.
Akusini loqiniso.
And we don't know, like as a community, how we move forward if you read an article and already in the information you would see, I belong.
Sikhathazekile singumphakathi ngoba sathi sizawenda njani nafunza iphephandaba lenu usuyabuka uthole ukuthi umbiko uveta lwani noma ungakapheleli.
Okay, they speak of Sanford community, that's where I live.
Bakhuluma ngawo lomphakathi nekuwo Sanford la ngihlala khona.
And we are affected by the area where we live.
Sithinzekile nasimayelana nalesimemetelo.
But the authority that is written, the traditional council authority that is written on that local newspaper,
Kepha lukhulu lwenzabuko lukhulunywa ngabo kulela phephandaba.
it's not the traditional council that we follow.
Akusingibo lokukhothi noma lobuholi benzabuko lingaphansi kwabo.
So I worry, we don't have that much confidence in independent demarcation because I believe by the time we go to the newspaper, we're supposed to already go with the correct information.
Ngikhathazekile ngoba asinalothemba ngale komiti ngoba befanele ngaphambi ukuthi lo mbiko ushicilelwe ephepheni sibe sinalo ulwazi.
Yes, and there's something that Baba just mentioned before
Khona nje lokuye kwaphakanyiswa ngomhlonishwa ngaphambi kokuthi nisukume libe la ngaphambili.
And then he mentioned that before they do you correct me if I'm right, that you also include the national traditional house.
Ngivendithi ngaphambi kokuthi nithathe inqumo ni bafake nabo abaholi bezabuko.
Yeah, but what I can add on whatever that you were saying,
Lengakusho nje mayelana nalokho.
whenever the demarcation is affected and kunekhosi,
Uma ngabe lethi indzaba ithinza indzaba ishoniswa kwemincele kanti futhi kufaka ekhathi yona indzaba yeholi bezabuko.
can they please inform those that are affected in that demarcation? Not only your elected national whoever, because remember we are ruled by Mukosi, by a certain area we live in.
Angisho nje ukuthi kufanele labathinza kuleyo ndzawo le kukhulunywa ngayo babe yingxenye yaloluhlelo nabo.
Yes, not any other Mukosi, maybe another traditional council coming to decide on what needs to be done in our area.
Kungabi ukuthi sekungelela ubukhosi bakuleyo ndzawo lokuyibo lokutafika kuthathwe kusase inqumo ngaleyo ndzawo.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Number 4.
Amandla wesine.
Sanibonani lonke.
Greetings to everyone.
Ngibingelele le-panel lami ngaphambili.
Greetings to the honorable members, the panel members.
Igama lami ngithulani Leyane.
My name is Tulane Leyane.
Ngisuka e-Ward 36 khona la Mbombela.
I'm from Ward 36 within the city of Bombela.
Ngito ngenda kancane la ku-demarcation.
I'm here to make my submission on the issue regarding demarcation.
Ngisho ukuthi demarcation isibahlali emakhaya isenzele kakhulu ihlukumele emalungelo cishe ebantu abaningi kakhulu.
I would like to point out that the issue of demarcation has really made life difficult for us and we feel that our rights have not been considered as residents.
Kula melodi 36 ngasho ukuthi siku main road T-junction sikuqala 36 after 36 kuta i-Ward 4 i-36 funa udlule kuyo nawe ya-Ward 4.
I would like to point out that where I come from, which is Ward 36, we are first in line, and then we also have within a short distance more than 4.
Uma kufika tisita nyalo titshwa ukuthi like nyalo basakhela umgwaqo we-main road, but first 2 kilometer 36 abawakhe umgwaqo bocala Ward 4, but the same main road. Lo we-36 unema-potholes, nawufika phambili ujoyina i-Ward 4 uqhubeka nge-paving.
The story with my ward is that currently we are supposed to be getting a project or road construction, but you'll find that some parts of the road have been constructed, then you still have potholes within the same area, whereas some development also falls within Ward 34, Ward 4.
Yes. We-Ward 4 sine C36 njalo sina clinic. The whole Ward 36 sebenzisa clinic yase-Ward 4. Lokusho ukuthi usibozi lesi-1 lokuhlangene kude lokubane ingozi yethu. Indzawo leyo-1 kufanele ukuthi ekhale umuntu munye ufake igrad emkhathini.
Basically, what is prevailing in that one is that there's no proper demarcation. And where I belong, we currently don't have a clinic. We are using
45 kilometer yakho.
now with regards to access to health facilities. We are 2 kilometers away from Temba Hospital. But when you go and consult them, you are told that you are supposed to drive 34 kilometers to the provincial of Ferreira Hospital, which is here in town.
So, demarcation yastimanda kakhulu. Bengathanda ukuthi njengoba abaningi sebabalile ukuthi ingabalula lento uma singasebenziswana ne-traditional inkosi, because inkosi cishe indzawo ndawo lesihlala kudonganeyo yibo labathi cishe kangcono ukuthi lendzawo icala la icala la igcina le than masipala yena ufika tihlukasele bantu labahlangene thathela abanye bayise ekudzeni thathela abanye bayise le kepha labantu abahlala inwanisi.
My appeal is that we really need to have the traditional authorities coming on board, because sometimes we feel that the municipality is not serving our interests. They just scatter the wards around.
Selokunye lecala kungena futhi nabo bebakubalile kancane indzaba ye-register abantu etindzaweni tethu ngathi singayisukumela kakhulu because simekise nami Ward 36 utshele ukuthi maybe kuze ngivotele likhansela nzima maybe 6,000 bantu mara senitshothi 12,000 ewodini, but asinawo ikhansela manje abarejisti bantu lokusho ukuthi abadinga nabantu maybe ukhosi kuvula titandi letinyuwane, but abantu labo letitandi adikho emthethweni itibeke njalo. Abantu bativulela ngazithi ukhosi, abantu bativulela titandi letinyuwane tingarejista. Lokusho ukuthi lotikhulisa leli-ward, lokusho ukuthi leli-ward lingasakhona ukutimela ukuthi dani singathatha iphathi sothatha iphathi kamagugu sitoyihlanganisa nene-sprayed la kepha maybe kamagugu iyodwana bebamanela 6,000 abantu ukuthi bangaba nekhansela labo babe netinsita labo khona lapha.
There's a huge problem with the issue of census, because some people have not been counted. And I do believe that the law says in order for a ward to be considered, it must have around 6,000 residents. So now you'll find that people continue to invade land and they get pieces of land, and you have people who are a scattered form of settlement. And that is causing a lot of confusion and problems for the area that maybe we are talking about.
Funa kubonga kakhulu ukuthi sinike lethuba ukuthi sitofaka lelibono nasi lingahle isite abantu emakhaya isite phakathi isite emasipala futhi bengacela ukuthi liphindze futhi kuye netimpendulo sona siyathemba ngale kuba eParliament ngikhulume yini. I remember last time sikhuluma sithi i-government ngathi ngaphetelisa bonke abantu abangaseyili from 21 to 59. Shothi lethu lavakala cause sikhuluma lento leyo namhla abantu bayayihola imali. Ngiyacabanga namhla sikhuluma nge-demarcation yinto le isenzele ukuthi sitokwa ne-feedback lesisa phambili sonke simphakathi wase-South Africa. Ngiyabonga.
I would like to say that I really appreciate this committee giving us the opportunity to express our views. It's not my first time appearing before a parliamentary committee, and some of the proposals that I made last time, I would like to make an example of the welfare grant for people between the ages of 29 and 55. We saw that being implemented, so it means that there's a change when you do make proposals or presentations to Parliament. So we do believe that with the issue of demarcations as well, we will be seeing a change. Thank you very much.
I have just been consulting to say we're still inviting those who have not spoken to speak, but this would be looking at your responses. That might be our last round now.
Sukubela bekusho ukuthi labo labasengakhulumi basenalo ithuba lokuthi bangakhuluma kodwa okuningi isidalo sifuka ngejumendulo dale izitho eziphakamisa.
I'm trying to say, nobody can say he has been denied the opportunity to speak.
Ngifuna ke ukuthi asifuni ukuthi nasesambilela ukuthi besinalele ukuthi sikhulume.
Whilst I'm looking at the hands, we might touch on this, actually encourage people, those who have received invitations, usually come from the municipality about demarcation of municipal boundaries as well as wards.
Ngidawube ngikhuluma ke nangalokuthi imemo natithamuka tithamukanga kumasipala nakawukhulunywa ngalezi ndzaba talokujutshwa kwemincele yabo masipala.
So the article that you are referring to is not from us, it's from the Demarcation Board. They are communicating with the municipality, inviting people who made submissions. So they are going to open up discussions on that.
Sibuya ku-Demarcation Board ukukhulumisana namasipala ngenxa yabantu labafakile lethulo batawuhle babita njalo ukuthi umbe ukukhulumisana.
So my advice would be, even if you have got issues with whatever that is in the paper, go and raise it there. Because if you miss that opportunity, a decision might be taken which might not favor you.
Ibasetikwayo khona lapho kulelo phela ngoba kungenzeka nawuyihlala uhlala ungayibuki bese ulahlekelwa lithuba lokunawe uthatha isinqumo.
So the difference between what the Demarcation Board is doing which is guided by the current piece of legislation and what we are doing. We are talking about the future. The demarcation board is acting now, so which we might affect you now, whilst we are planning for the future. The future will be different, obviously, insofar as how people get engaged. It will be different. And when you are not happy, you will have an opportunity to appeal against that decision. But not this time. The current act will not allow you to do that. So you must go present whatever views that you have, even about traditional leaders. What we are talking about when we say we have consulted the National House, we are talking about the future. We are not talking about now. We are correcting your bad experience about demarcation. That's the bill. The bill is trying to do that. Can I take hands? You said we are not responding, you are number one. Can you come forward? This is the last round now. Can it only be one person? Number two? Yes, come. Number three? Okay. Generally, he is saying, even if you don't say anything, as long as you are here, and so those who speak, they will speak for you. Can we allow number one to speak?
Good morning, everybody. I've got one request. As we've heard from a couple of people, we only got a notification of this happening yesterday or the day before. Sorry, my name is Cynthia, Ward 42, Burgerville, Barberton. Okay, please people, when you do the demarcation, we're asking for our to come back. We've been neglected. In a very bad way. We're the stepchildren of Bombera. Okay, then the thing I actually want to say. When this invitation is done by the honorable members that are sitting here, any invitation that concerns public participation, can we please notification early? And these difficult things referring to section, subsection 99399, we don't know these things. Can we get these things early? So that when we get here, we don't talk about things that does not concern us. And hours been wasting talking about things that does not concern us because we don't know what this actually is. Thank you.
Uma kuvela amathuba emsebenzi kuthiwa
leli what leli alidi ngala litosebenza khona. Special mali e-Ward 35 ne-31 Ward 35 ne-Ward 31 kuthiwa ngisengwaqhubeka ngomncane nje le-main road, but kufakwa i-pave ngala i-81 kunemuntu longala e-85 lo kudane nale umndeni bathangayo emsebenzini ngala e-85 but uyambona nomuntu ukuthi uyalapha.
There's a problem with the demarcation when job opportunities come and when services are done. For instance, there's the 31 and 35, they're next to each other. They're demarcated by a small road. And then when say paving is done on 35, the person who is about 35 is not allowed to come and benefit from what 31. For instance, a person you can say that is very, very poor and handy, you cannot access what 31. They are just demarcated by the road. It makes us
Sewane Ward 33, sidivide umfumo, facilities, ngala ide siyabona kuba kuhle, but ngala i-31 asukulu khaya.
There's one, 31 and 35, we are marketed by a river. We see progress, we're happening in Ward 35, nothing happening there.
Sibuye kune switch, isuka e-33, iya e-35, bathatha le switch yabo, bayise e-35. Ithi ngabhamuka le switch, fanele mina wase-35 or wase-31, ngitshele khansela wami ukuthi iswitch yabhukwini idzabwini, but thina masifuna umsebenzi mele kabhukwini kuthiwa thina asinamalungelo okusebenza kabhukwini.
There's a switch line that go from Ward 30, 33 to Ward 35. And when it bursts in Ward 35, we are told to go to report to our councillor when we are not allowed to go and work at Ward 33. When it is broken, 35 must go to our councillor, and that is not working.
Uma singathi thina i-33 ayisebenzi kabhukwini, ingayi e-White River, ingayi e-Nelly Street, uMaduros area kuchi, kusebenze thina e-White River nakabhukwini.
If we say people from Ward 33 must not go and work at Ward 35, that's why Trayvon and Spade and all other and the rural area around what
Ngikuye futhi into lethi baphathi bami bengicela nini niye kuchief ngiyamba sayifaka kuchief bethu la but angiboni mina insita lesithola kuchief everything sikuya kumasipalati sitokutela kumasipalati manje lapha asinawo mathuna kunabantu abapuwa the poorest banesikho sithe orchestra akusanandzawo ukungcwawo uyofika ngale orchestra yambili.
And our honorable officials, please do come and visit our traditional areas because there is nothing that we get from our. For instance, now we are talking about the cemeteries. All people are buried in Rockies live, and they are the poor of the poorest who live the other side of the world, who must go and still bury their people at Rocky Street, and Rocky Street is very far. How the funeral to Rocky Street when you don't have a set?
Sibuye futhi angathi lesikhuluthe lesiyakuwa sinethemba hospital. Uma ufika eThemba umphakathi nje wakabhukwini wa 33 wa 35 wa 31 nje laba sakhelene nalesibhedlela. Abantwana bethu abasebenzi lasesibhedlela lapha not to say nginelibandla kulo watu wazi. If you go to Themba Hospital akhuluma sangana abantu.
We have worked 31, 33, and 5. That is in close proximity with Themba Hospital. And thank you.
Number
31. And that usually enters the community. And that leads to conflict in the communities.
So isicelo sami umleso sakubuye ke lomthetho ucatshangele bantu ngoba besekushilo ngoba alana isika tikhashana ngala kufika la project abantu balambile bakhona khona ngala and angeke usakhuluma ukuthi umuntu alambile ukuthi wena ngaleso sikhathi ngani ufuna ukucatshela akhona ukuvisisa ngaleso sikhathi.
There's an issue. Thank you.
I think we have taken all the hands. What I need to come closer to closing the session. There are a few things that were raised which have something to do with service delivery. As members of parliament, one of our responsibilities is to represent the public. So when you speak to us, we were taking notes and we are going to refer some of these issues that we have raised to the executive council, relevant executive councils. When you say our parties, it's ministers in our context, all relevant ministers. Issues raised here would be directed to them, starting with the president, who is the face of government. And at the level of the province, premier and MECs who are relevant on some of the issues that you have raised. And at the level of the municipality, would refer matters to councils who have got executive authority. On matters that talk to policy generally, we should also know there's no such a thing that says people who are 36 to 59 cannot be employed. I suspect it might be practice. People just do things as they like. There's no law like that. Okay, or maybe it's a campaign of young people who want to make sure that young people are getting employed. So there's no such a law, except only in the security forces. Amapolice, amajoni, nabo kufuneka physical training.
I'm referring to police, those in the SNDF, because they require physical strength.
So that's it. Those are are the only departments which would say if you are more than this age, you cannot come in. Now, in Parliament, somebody did raise that you are 70 and whatever. By implication, it means there's no retirement age. You see, I think what is important is sessions like this, they help people to interact and understand why certain things get done and why other things are. In government, public service, you retire at 65. In politics, no such thing. If you were to take now, the current president, I don't know how old, but he must be around 70 or something. Look at the other one from America, who is the president, Biden. These are about in other words, let's go and read, understand, because people who are in politics, they get elected by yourselves. But of course, we should be encouraging young people to take responsibility about issues that govern their country. So as in Kazana,
I'm not sure if we have actually encouraged the young people to take responsibility.
We are encouraging them.
We are encouraging them.
Now, on the issue of somebody talked about 350. I don't know how but he has told me. But we'll take another 50. So even this one, it is not relevant to the demarcation bill that we are talking about. The relevant minister would be advised that people are talking about 250. The last one, which is very important, somebody said you should come back after you've drafted, you've taken views from us. It will be consolidated on the 5th of September. The committee going to, after this consolidation, is going to debate that. I said we are a multi-part committee. Whilst listening to you here, we will then discuss, after this, to take a decision to present it to the National Assembly, whether we are saying, Mayiwele, Epi, Okanyina Wele.
Ndawucela ukuthi lelifulo lenu ngoba le committee leli likomiti inhlangano eMusabe lilenzele ukuthi lento sefulo kuPhalamende namhlanje ngo-5 September mayelana nalo mthetho wasevivinyo ukuthi nina nithe niyawuvuma noma niyawuchitha na.
If it gets approved by the National Assembly, the bill will be referred to the National Council of Provinces.
Uma iPhalamende iphasisa lo mthetho phambili ku-National Council of Provinces.
So it might not us who will be coming back to you, it will be the National Council of Provinces.
So, kutabuya i-National Council of Provinces ngemva kwalonke leli gama lesetihanjiwe.
And when I say National Council of Provinces, that's where provincial legislatures actively participate.
Nansi sayizaba i-National Council of Provinces lapho-ke kuyobe sekungenelela khona indlu tetishamthetho tetifundza.
Then the views of Mpumalanga would be presented in the National Council of Provinces. They have done the same arrangement of public hearings.
Kuyawuthi ngemva kwalo lolu hlelo lekuva luvo lwemiphakathi lapho kwethulwa khona tindlu tebahlali besifundza seMpumalanga.
On the Independence Municipal Demarcation Bill.
Mayelana nalo lolu hlelo lemthethosivivinywa wekuhleleka kwemingcele.
And they are late, as I say, we heard about it yesterday. This is the right time for you to know what we are talking about. So this session itself was a learning session to say there's a bill that is before Parliament, and on the 29th of August we are still free to make submissions, and after the 5th of September, these members with others in the National Assembly will debate the bill. You will also be exposed to it. We are in Channel 405 in Parliament there. 408, not 405.
Angisho ukuthi lithuba lekhona kuze kube ngomhla 29 August kusenelete ehloteni kakhulukazi kulabo labathi bona bibo bawuthole banikezwa isikhashana esincane. So ungabukela na kule channel emabona khashane ku channel 408 ubuka nje ukuthi inqubo lePhalamende ihamba ngayiphi indlela.
The last point is announcements, which will give you that email us where you must make submissions before the end of August 29.
Kwekugcina ke sitawungena kwesimemetelo lesitawunika i-email address lesebenzisa lapho ningathumela khona ifulo lenu na-submissions ungakafiki lelanga namhlanje ngo-29 kule nyanga ya-August.
Thank you, everybody. Like Chairperson said, the closing date for submissions 29 August 23. You must address your submissions to the Chairperson, Honorable Eki Tasa, and your submissions can be emailed to IMDA, all in uppercase, that's IMDAB@parliament.gov.ca. And for any questions or queries, you can contact Shireen Kassim at 083-709-8533. That's 083-709-8533.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu kini nonke njengoba sekashilo sihlalo kwethulwa kwephakameletendiwako kuyawuvala mhlanje ngo-29 August. Kanti lethulo lelinalo ningatithumela nganayo indlela attention of Chairperson Mtolishwa, Honorable FD Asa, nithumele kule email address lelandzelako, ihlele ngana indlela le email address. Now bhala kwe IMDAB namagabha ndlela noma capital letters at parliament.gov.za. Nithumela iphakamiso lenu niliqondisa ku-Chairperson Honorable FD Asa. Nithumela email address lehlelekana indlela imdab@parliament.gov.za. Kanti-ke nanidinga ukushaya ngingasebenzisa nayo inombolo i-contact person Sharing Kasim lutfolakala kuyi inombolo yamakhalekhikhini inombolo ithi 083-709-8533.
Lastly, the committee has arranged some lunch for you, but because we finished a bit earlier, the lunch is still on its way, so if we can ask everybody to stay seated, and then we will, when it arrives, we will come and ask you to pick up the lunch. Thank you very much.
Webinake ikomiti ihlele lokuya ngasekhunjini ebangeke ukuthi ihlelo lelisheshe laphela isasendleleni nanje nehamba ngilinzile mase ifikile indawo
hayi abangaphumi ababahleka besizakwazisa ukuthi andijonganga ukuba sijoyinele elinye ilungu lepalamente lale komiti yethu ebesimshiye kulaa ntlanganiso besithetha ngayo sithe ospika nobanibani bakuyo ngabe eThekwini kodwa ke makazishobo kwakhe lwanibona kuyakwazi nokuthetha.
Sanibonani, ninjani? Igama uBheki, isibongo Hadebe Honor Age. Everything said of the committee. Swati ke angisazi.
I'm sure you understand.
Swati lakuqala. Simnandi. Enkosi yabonga.